All right, let's do a little update on the iPad mini here. This is an exclusive for the Daily Tech 2 channel, so I'm glad you're here and I'm glad that you're finding it. If you've only found the Daily Tech 2 channel, go find Daily Tech, the original channel, that's linked up down below. But I have been using the mini for, I don't know, about 2 weeks now, maybe, and I haven't stopped using it. A lot of people were probably wondering, is he just gonna make a video, do the unboxing, do the review, some initial impressions, and then move on? That would be interesting. I have some data now. I haven't just moved on. I've actually further deepened the places and ways that this has been fitting into my life, my work life, my personal life. I do keep it at the desk over here off to the right of that monitor. And I love using it with the Apple Pencil, especially the Pro with the hover, with the feedback. It's just such a good experience. The double tap and just the customization. I'm gonna make a video real soon on customizing the Apple Pencil Pro and how I'm using it. So I'll save that for later. I'll just say though, I do keep it over there. Sometimes I use it for writing notes. I still use it. I think my favorite way to use it is with Apple's Freeform app, but I use it to sketch things. And I use it in conjunction with AI quite a bit. So I will sketch out a logo idea or something, and then I'll pop that over to the Mac right there, just airdrop it over and convert that into a really nice vector that I can use in different designs using some AI software. So I'm using it for design, I'm using it for note taking. So it is a productivity machine during the day, and I haven't stopped using it for that. I've been using it for some FaceTimes, even though I've got the iPad Pro sitting around all the time as well. Why am I doing that? It's just easier to grab and take with, right? So that's kind of some of the obvious stuff. Where I'm a little bit surprised is that I gotta admit to you, this bezel situation here, it's a little bit clunky, even for me. I'm inclined to like Apple stuff when it comes out because I'm so used to it and it just fits into my work lifestyle here, right? But there's something about the screen that feels clunky and chunky, and it should. It's an older design. It's been several years since the last model, and nothing really changed in terms of the looks. But so I wondered if that would keep me from using it for things like, watching videos or like YouTube content, or just like when you're in relax mode, because no one wants to grab something that's like a brick and feels out of date. So I guess what I'm, being long-winded about here is, yes, that clunky, chunky feel of the bezels hasn't stopped me from reading on this thing. I'm picking up, where I left off with a reading habit, a while back. I look forward to reading with this because it's just the perfect size to hold. And I realize I hadn't had an iPad mini around for a while, been like a year and a half or something. And so when this came back, I just naturally gravitated towards grabbing it to do some reading at night before bed. And that's been awesome because it's just the perfect size. The size is the feature, right? Every other feature is a nice add-on, kind of like the new MacBook Pro, what I was talking about on the main channel the other day. It's like you don't buy it for the Apple Intelligence, you buy it for the power, right? And everything else is comes after that. It's a nice add-on. Well, the feature isn't the power inside, although everything, flows on here fine with the chip that it has. It's the size. The size is the feature. So I've been using it for consuming some stuff, just like, social media is like my favorite place to check out X content. It's my favorite place to, just watch like some YouTube content. The family has been using it for gaming instead of the iPhone, now that it's back. I think it's interesting that Apple just bought Pixelmator. And so I talked about that. I made a whole video about it. Apple's really doubling down on the creativity. And I do feel like, even though, here's the Pro, here's a non-Pro device and it's smaller, right? I think a lot of people are like, this isn't for creativity. This is for consuming only. And I found with the Apple Pencil that that just isn't the case. And not even just the Apple Pencil. I mentioned in my actual review that I use my voice with it all the time. It's great to use this with an advanced voice assistant if you're going to do some AI stuff. Sometimes I don't even need a keyboard. I'll just activate a voice assistant and just think through an article that I want to type up, or like a blog post or something, or even some research that I want to do, and have it read it back to me. And on this device, I can get so much done even without a keyboard. That's what I'm mainly saying. The fact that it only has 500 nits of brightness affected me? Not at all. The color choices are neither here nor there for me, honestly. Apple Intelligence has been a big deal for me. I've barely noticed it, really, honestly. It feels weird to use this with the Smart Folio because that seems like something from like 10 years ago. but I actually do use it for that. And so I do integrate it over here with this setup. I did a studio tour, or an office tour, I should say, with this desk setup over here. And I was like, I got 5 Apple screens sitting there, 6 if you count the Apple Watch, and I've actually found a way to utilize all of them, including the Mini. Has having an A17 Pro instead of an actual M4, M2, M1, has that stopped me at all? No. I'm starting to feel like it's a key thing for my creativity. Not like, oh, I can create on it if I have to. Like, there are some times when I feel like that is the right place, my first choice for being creative, especially when it comes to brainstorming and trying to connect the dots for something and just doing like a brain dump, get my thoughts out about something, kind of rearrange the pieces and really think it over. This is becoming my visual thinking place. And I think that adding the Pro Pencil here, a lot of people are like, why did they do that? I feel like that is actually a pretty pro feature here. A lot of people are like, well, I just want a Mini Pro. And I agree, that would be awesome. It'd be cool to see an OLED display and everything. But this is quite a bit of pro, actually, in practical use for me. I would not feel excited about this if I had to use an older Apple Pencil. I really wouldn't. So sometimes you can figure out what does a device mean to you in your workflow if you took away a component or a piece of it. And if you took away the Pro Apple Pencil from me, this thing would be worth a lot less to me. I wouldn't reach for it as much at all. Certainly wouldn't feel like a creative device. Maybe it would only feel like a consumption device in that scenario for me. I personally haven't been using it for the calculator. I know some people will, especially students for sure. It really does just make like a great around the office sort of a tool and around the house sort of a tool. It's not the best iPad on the market by components or by technical features, but I think in a lot of situations, it is the best iPad in those specific situations, in those niche situations. So it's weird because a lot of people feel like, the iPad lineup is too convoluted. There's too many options and Apple should really simplify it. And I don't know where I stand on that, because here I have so many Apple devices around, and I've found a way to utilize them. Would it be better if you could simplify? I don't know. If you're a tech enthusiast, maybe it's not better. Maybe there's something to be said about this, and there's nothing that's ever going to be perfect. I still maintain that if Apple came out with a foldable phone and it folded out to a bigger screen, I think that would be really cool, actually, and I think that would replace this for me. And then you would sort of get your Pro iPad mini, because the screen on a Pro iPhone that was foldable would be insane, right? Use your Apple Pencil with it. I think that's sort of the dream at the moment, for this size of device for me. So let me know your thoughts. I just want to give you an update. I am still using it beyond the review on Daily Tech. Once again, this is a bonus video that did not appear over on the Daily Tech channel proper. So if you're catching it here and you're not subscribed to Daily Tech 2, this is your signal. You got to get subscribed. Check out the newsletter. We've got a free newsletter, comes out every Friday. Check out the course on AI. Be prepared for what's coming up and really seize on the opportunity. It's not about being scared about the future, other than being scared about missing out on all the cool opportunities. I want to keep you informed. Check out that course. Good deal on the pre-sale right now, and I'll catch you in the next video. Later.